instance, if the molar mass of an unknown compound is found to be 60.10 grams per mole, either by using, again, gas law kind of observations or aqueous observations, which we'll be learning about later, and you've also found its empirical formula is equal to CH4N already using mass spectroscopy, what is the molecular formula? All right, so assuming that you've taken a pause and now have unpaused, let's kind of compare our results. So in order to scale up our empirical formula, we're going to need to know what to scale it up by. In order to figure out what this factor is, in order to figure out what the scaling factor N is, we're going to have to take the unknown compound's molar mass, this 60.10 grams per mole, and we're going to have to divide it by the empirical formula's molar mass, which is going to be inserted right here. Well, the empirical formula's molar mass we're going to have to find by observing the periodic table and taking into account each of the carbons, the hydrogens, and the nitrogens here. So in the empirical formula, there is one single carbon with a mass of 12.01 grams per mole. There are 4 hydrogens, each with a mass of 1.008 grams per mole. And our nitrogen, just one of them, with its mass of 14.01 grams per mole. So we can see that the denominator is comprised of a bunch of different pieces. You could just calculate this empirical molar mass outside of the denominator and then insert your answer. Either way should work, so long as the total compound, the unknown's molar mass, is up on top and your empirical formula is down below, you should come up with some type of whole numbered factor. Well, in this case, we're going to be taking 60.10 grams per mole and dividing it by the sum of everything in the denominator, which is 30.05 grams per mole, which is pretty obviously 2. Well, if your n is equal to 2, that means that each of these subscripts in your empirical formula must be scaled up by 2 in order to get to the proper molar mass for your actual unknown compound. So if you take each of your subscripts and multiply it by 2, we end up with C2, H8, N2, and this is the molecular formula for our unknown compound.